December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing aggressive. The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun.
You're welcome to Celebration Television Newsdesk. I'm Akosile Nicholas Walter, and here are the news making the headlines. Multiple miracles emerge as Apostle Suleiman prays. Moroccan police disperse demonstration against COVID-19 health pass. U.S. to reopen borders to vaccinated travelers after 20 months. Microsoft adds new innovation to Team App. Arteta celebrates 100th Arsenal game with Watford win. Please stay with us as we bring you details of the news after the short break. The body. Welcome back, and now the news in details. Sunday, 8th November 2021 happens to be a remarkable day of God's visitation on Mega Fire Ministries under the tutelage of a senior pastor, Apostle Johnson Suleiman. Win Mama has the rest of the story. All right, moving forward quickly, INEC postpones election in Hiala till November 13th. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has announced the postponement of the governorship election in Hiala local government area, Anambra State, following alleged irregularities discovered in most communities in the council area. The announcement was made during collation by the officer in charge, Amadu Umar. According to him, there were 148,407 registered voters. No elections in the council area on Saturday due to the activities of some politicians who tried to rig the election. The exercise has been rescheduled to hold on Saturday, November 13, 2021, as the INEC official warned troublemakers to stay clear of all the venues where the elections will hold in the Ihiala Council area. While Professor Chukwuma Soludo leads his closest challenger, Valentine Ozigbo, with over 45,000 votes, Ihiala local government alone has over 148,000 registered voters. The total votes for the parties are ABGA 99,160, PDP 49,475, APC 40,270, and YPP 20,292. Anambra State Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Mr. Sidon Adinuba, had alleged that a politician in the area and his group had tried to rig the election. He noted that some of the hoodlums have been arrested by security agents in the area. In another development, quickly, politicians jostling about 2023 eyeing uncertain future, says Adeboye. General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, says politicians who were already jostling for political positions ahead of 2023 general elections were eyeing an uncertain future. Adeboye, while wondering why politicians have started making preparations, noted that no one should be certain about the future, stressing that the future belongs to God. He spoke during the church monthly First Sunday telecast, speaking on the topic, The Great Expectations. Adeboye said expectations varied from individuals and situations. According to Adeboye, it is unsafe for anyone to say his ambition is to become president when the individual is unsure about tomorrow or the existence of the country. He said some people are already getting ready to kill themselves over 2023 without knowing if they will still be around. Adeboye, speaking about consolation of those mourning, noted that it was easy for others to console the bereaved without feeling the impact. The 79-year-old preacher stressed that having lost a family member, he had a clearer picture of what it was to mourn. And coming from around Africa, Moroccan police dispersed demonstration against COVID-19 health pass. Several demonstrations took place again across Morocco to protest against the government's anti-COVID vaccine pass. In Rabat, police cordoned off the square where an unauthorized rally was to be held in the city center with around 100 demonstrators dispersed. On 21st October, Morocco launched an anti-COVID vaccine pass, the first in Maghreb country. All enclosed areas, including hotels, restaurants, cafes, shops, gyms, and harmons, are now subject to the pass requirement. An online petition has gathered tens of thousands of signatures criticizing the arbitrary introduction of the health pass. Now, still from around Africa, 2 days of civil disobedience to end military coup in Sudan. Activists demanding the military keep out of politics have announced a schedule of protests leading up to mass rallies on November 13 under the slogan, "No negotiation, no partnership, no compromise." The coup led by Sudan's top general Abdel Fattah al-Burhan halted a power-sharing arrangement between the military and civilians that had been agreed over Omar al-Bashir's overthrow in 2019 and was meant to lead to democratic elections by late 2023. Top civilians, including several ministers, were detained, and the Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok was placed under house arrest. Since then, mediation efforts involving the UN have sought the release of detainees and a return to power sharing, but sources from the ousted government says those efforts have stalled. Latest report says nearly 100 teachers have been arrested by the military. We'll go on a short break. We'll come back, bring you updates from the United States of America. Don't go anywhere, please. Stay with us.
Solidify the foundation of the ordained man. Witness fatherhood connection to divine.
There are people who do not understand the place of intimacy. The strength of every warrior is his ability to arrest his ninth season. The strength of every warrior is ability to make decrees at night.
Enjoy the reality of your divine nature.
The Lord began to show me this traveling that the Lord is showing me has to be with something like somebody going to buy goods. I saw you serving a man. You serving a man. This is Unsuka. In Unsuka.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at 18 years. Year 2000.
Yes, sir.
This is the man said, let me settle. I saw that they went to conjure and they discover this one is going to be big, and they call, say, let's do a celebration so they can send you forth. Everybody was looking forward to the time, and as you stand there to collect money, they blew breeze. On the spot you became mad, so they did not talk about settlement again. Your prayer will go up, it will come back. And I'm asking the Lord, what is happening? He said they took a powder and they called Tochuku. What's your name?
My name is Tochuku.
Tochuku.
This is the impacts the birds manifestation.
Amen.
Men's Conference 2021. Apostle Johnson Suleiman.
They are inviting men from all over, from Nigeria, from outside Nigeria, 10, 11 and 12, for 3 days. Explosion, men of impact.
Theme: Men of Impact. Date: 10th through 12th November 2021 by 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. daily. Happening at the International Worship Center, Omega Fire Ministries, Kilometer 132 Benin, Kenya, Abuja Expressway, Algier, Edo State, Nigeria. For inquiries, please call.
What business are you planning to showcase to the world? That which will satisfy the need of humanity? Of course, with Celebration TV, it will get the desired reciprocation you long for. We are committed to giving your business and services that quality touch of class, and you will be happy you made the right choice by placing that investment of yours on the right platform. Without delay, you can call on this number for your advert placement, partnership, or sponsorship of our programs. Celebration Television, your best bet. What business are you planning to showcase to the world? That which will satisfy the need of humanity? Of course, with Celebration TV, it will get the desired reciprocation you long for. We are committed to giving your business and services that quality touch of class, and you will be happy you made the right choice by placing that investment of yours on the right platform. Without delay, you can call on this number for your advert placement, partnership, or sponsorship of our programs. Celebration Television, your best bet.
Multiple miracles emerge as Apostle Suleiman prays. Sunday, 8th November 2021 happens to be a remarkable day of God's visitation in Omega Fire Ministries under the tutelage of a senior pastor, Apostle Johnson Suleiman. Win Mama has the rest of the story.
It was a mighty rush at the International Worship Center of Omega Fire Ministries, as worshippers at the ministry were eyewitness to the exposition of God's power in the meeting tagged A New Season.
The Bible says in Daniel 2:21 that he changed times and season. And Acts 1:7 says concerning the season, only the Father has it appointed to him. He alone has the power to unveil that season. Life is full of twists, turns, and seasons. God does not leave himself without a witness. Acts 14:17. But he has prepared and appointed seasons.
The presiding pastor, Apostle Johnson Suleiman, manifested the supernatural act of God after admonishing the congregation with a message of reassurance of God's promises whenever they call on God in times of trouble. Going over the sermon, he mentioned that if believers must enter into a new season, believers must encounter the true God, have a teaching priest, and understand the law.
They lacked the true God. So if you must enter a new season, you must encounter the true God. The true God. One time Paul was passing through a town called Macedonia. And when he was passing through Macedonia, he saw an inscription to the unknown God. They were calling on a God they never knew. Having an encounter with the true God is having a personal relationship with God. You must desire to know the true God. You must have a teaching priest. Number 3, you must understand the operations of law. Now, the law here the Bible was talking about is not the old covenant that Moses brought. He was talking about order. A lot of people say we are not under law. We are not under law. But I'm sorry to tell you that we are under law. Somebody say we are under law.
Moving further to the peak of the meeting, the miraculous hand of God was shown with instant manifestations. Blind eyes were opened, the afflicted were made whole, and all that were bound healed and restored to their original states.
Touch my hand again. You are great. He can see. He said to just talk.
Touch my ear. Touch my nose. Wait.
The meeting ended with the anointing session and a monthly prayer for believers. Win Momo reporting for Celebration Television News Desk.
Updates from the United States of America, U.S. to reopen borders to vaccinated travelers after 20 months. The U.S. is reopening its border today to double-jabbed foreign visitors, ending a 20-month entry ban. The ban was imposed by former President Donald Trump due to COVID-19. It has affected non-U.S. citizens from over 30 countries, including UK and EU states, separating families and stalling tourism. Airlines are expecting a flood of visitors as the restrictions are lifted for those who are fully vaccinated and undergo testing and contact tracing. In an effort to stop the spread of coronavirus, U.S. borders were initially closed to travelers from China in early 2020. And the restrictions were then extended to other countries, and the rules barred entry to most non-U.S. citizens who had been in the UK and a number of other European countries, as well as China, India, South Africa, Iran, and Brazil. Under the new rules, foreign travelers will need to show proof of vaccination before flying, get a negative COVID-19 test result within 3 days of traveling, and hand over their contact information, and they will not have to quarantine. The U.S. land borders with neighbors Canada and Mexico will also reopen for the fully vaccinated. More updates from the United Kingdom. UK pledges £290 million to help poorer countries cope with climate change. The UK is pledging £290 million to help poorer countries cope with the impact of climate change as the COP26 Climate Change Summit enters into second week. Government ministers from around the world are in Glasgow for more talks. They will discuss how to support poorer countries and if reparations for damage from natural disasters should be paid. Poorer nations have called for $100 billion of financial help, arguing they are already suffering and will be worse affected by climate change. Developing countries have historically contributed a very small proportion of the damaging emissions driving climate change, while currently the wealthiest 1% of the global population account for more than double the combined emission of the poorest 50%. The majority of the money from the UK will go to help Asian and Pacific nations plan and invest in climate action, improve conservation and promote low-carbon development, and the government said developing countries are asking for $100 billion annually to help reduce emissions and adapt to climate change and reaching net zero targets on emission well before 2050. International Trade Minister Anne-Marie Trevelyan said the world must act now to prevent more people being pushed into poverty by climate change. Now we'll go straight quickly to business news. And on business news, Microsoft adds new innovation to Team App. Microsoft has said it will soon launch Mesh, a metaverse-inspired feature for its Teams app. According to the company, Mesh will allow users to introduce personalized avatars in digital worlds, making meetings more immersive. And the company said users and meetings will feel more immersed because the app would introduce digital representations of a user for applications like team calls. Microsoft added that the avatars would be able to meet and greet each other in an immersive digital world. And the company said this new feature would be available for users with smartphones, laptops, or even holographic devices. Microsoft Corporate Vice President Jeff Tepper was quoted as saying Mesh is a way of signal that they are in the same visual space, one team, one group, and help take the formality down a peg and the engagement up a peg. According to the company, for most users, Mesh won't be much more than 3D personalized avatars that mimic speech and not movements. The company added that businesses would also be able to create their own metaverses within teams where people can visually mingle and collaborate. And still on business news, increasing temperature threat to human health, World Bank. The World Bank has disclosed that increasing temperature and humidity pose a severe threat to human health and outdoor productive activities. This disclosure was made in a recent report titled The Code Road to Paris, Mapping Pathways Towards Sustainable Cooling for Resilient People and Economies by 2050. According to reports, there is a substantial threat of severe heat, with the possibility of 60% of the global land surface being exposed to very high heat extremes by the end of a century. It was further stated that South America, Africa, and Southeast Asia will likely be more exposed to very high heat extremes by the end of the century at 2 degrees Celsius warming. The report also stated that 96% of the world population would encounter uncommon summer temperatures, which pose great challenges to health, food security, and livelihoods, undermining poverty reduction efforts. We're going to short break. We'll come back. We'll bring you sport news. Do well to stay with us.
solidify the foundation of the ordained man. Witness fatherhood connection to divine.
There are people who do not understand the place of intimacy. The strength of every warrior is his ability to arrest his ninth season. The strength of every warrior is ability to make decrees at night.
Enjoy the reality of your divine nature.
The Lord began to show me this traveling that the Lord is showing me has to be with something like somebody going to buy goods. I saw you serving a man. You serving a man. This is Unsuka. In Unsuka.
Yes, sir.
I'm looking at 18 years. Year 2000.
Yes, sir.
This is the man said, let me settle. I saw that they went to conjure and they discovered this one is going to be big, and they called, say, let's do a celebration so they can send you forth. Everybody was looking forward to the time, and as you stand there to collect money, they blew breeze on the spot. You became mad, so they did not talk about settlement again. Your prayer will go up, it will come back. And I'm asking the Lord, what is happening? He said they took a powder and they called Tochuku. What's your name?
My name is Tochuku.
Tochuku.
This is the impacts the birth's manifestation. Men's Conference 2021, Apostle Johnson Suleiman.
They are inviting men from all over, from Nigeria, from outside Nigeria, 10, 11 and 12, for 3 days. Explosion, men of impact.
Theme, Men of Impact. Date, 10th through 12th November 2021 by 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. daily. Happening at the International Worship Center, Omega Fire Ministries, Kilometer 132 Benin Okene Abuja Expressway, Algier, Edo State, Nigeria. For inquiries, please call.
You're welcome to Sports News. Arteta celebrates 100 Arsenal game with Watford win. Mikel Arteta celebrated his 100th game as Arsenal manager with a 1-0 victory against 10-man Watford as the resurgent Gunners climbed to 5th in the Premier League. Emile Smith-Rowe broke the deadlock in the second half after an inspired performance from Watford goalkeeper Ben Foster had frustrated the host with Juraj Kuka dismissed late on at the Emirates Stadium. The 3 points mean Arsenal unbeaten in the 10 games in all competitions, leapfrog Brighton and Manchester United. Watford are just 2 points above the relegation zone after 3 defeats in 4 league matches under new boss Claudia Ranieri. And the Gunners last season failed to qualify for Euro for the first time in 26 years, but they are now unbeaten in 10 games in all competitions. And the home side thought they had taken a 7th-minute lead when Bukayo Saka touched away a loose ball in the area after Foster Perry Alexandre Lacazette's chip, but the goal was disallowed for offside following a VAR check. And Arsenal were awarded a penalty when former Tottenham defender Danny Rose-Rashi thrust his arm into Lacazette's head in the 34th minute. Now another sports news quickly. Ex-Milan striker Shevchenko and named new Genoa coach. Andrei Shevchenko was named new Genoa coach a day after the struggling Serie A club sacked David Belladine following a miserable start to the season. In a statement, Genoa said that Shevchenko had signed a deal until the end of June 2024, giving the former AC Milan and Ukraine forward his first club management role after coaching his national team for the past 5 years. The 45-year-old guided Ukraine to the Euro 2020 quarterfinals, losing 4-0 to England in Rome. Shevchenko scored 175 goals in 324 matches in 2 spells with Milan, twice emerging as Serie A's top scorer and winning his Serie A title and the 2003 Champions League. Genoa fired Belladini with the team languishing 18th after just 1 win in their dozen games so far this season. And that has brought us to the end of the news on Celebration Television News Desk. And quickly, we'll be rushing through the news headlines in case you're just joining. Multiple miracles emerge as Apostle Suleiman prays. Moroccan police disperse demonstration against COVID-19 health pass. And U.S. to reopen borders to vaccinated travelers after 20 months. Microsoft add new innovation to Teams app. Now Arteta celebrates a 100 Arsenal game with Watford win. And quickly we have photo of the day. And today's photo of the day sees someone out there pulling another person upward. In other words, you don't have to fight those at the top because they will still be the one to get you there. You can drop your comment on our social media platform on Facebook, Celebration TV, Instagram, My Celebration TV, Twitter, My Celebration TV, YouTube, Celebration TV. Always remember that your positive contribution to the wellness of a society you find yourself or the organization you work defines your leadership mind. As an individual who knows what to do and do without expecting to be pushed has backed his ways to success. Be it known today that everything we do, think, feel, and believe either has a positive or negative effect on humanity and our national well-being. Be a part of nation building today. Thank you once again for staying with us on our news desk. I remain Akosila Nicholas Walter. Bye for now.
To 15.7 trillion naira at the end of December 2019.
Senior Democrats have responded by accusing him of committing a gross offense.
The All Progressives Congress has vowed to punish the Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun